Master Duel just released their biggest update yet. We have an emergency ban list, brand new cards, and Floowandereeze is freaking budget. What's going on, guys? My name is Tutu from Head-to-Head Battles, and in today's episode, we're gonna go over 3 god-tier deck profiles as well as combos for Floowandereeze. We have Adventurer Prank Kids and Adventurer Virtual Worlds. All right, guys, if you guys enjoy content like this, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Hit that notification bell down below and comment down below if you agree or disagree with any of my card choices or the deck profiles themselves. All right, guys, so without further ado, let's get into replay number 1. Okay, in the first replay, I'm going to start off with a Pot of Duality because I do need my field spell, and luckily for me, I got my field spell. All right, so we're going to activate our field spell, and then we're going to use its effect to reveal the Robina in our hand and banish the Eaglin. We're going to normal summon Robina, chain link 2 Eaglin to add the Eaglin back to our hand, and Robina is going to add us, okay, a barrier statue of the freaking Stormwind. It's a floodgate in the form of a normal summon, okay? It's actually insane. And then we're going to normal summon the Eaglin, and Eaglin is going to search us our M-Pen. And then we're going to immediately normal summon the M-Pen, and we're going to chain block the M-Pen by going chain link 1 M-Pen, chain link to Robina. M-Pen is going to grab us our Floowandereeze Dreaming Town, which is the one in archetype trap card that we do play. All right, now, next, what we're going to do is we're going to normal summon the barrier statue, set everything, and we're going to set a crossout designator just in case it is the mirror match, okay? So, our opponent, I think, is going to start off with the Small World, which is another new card, to reveal a Madolche card and to add Madolche Mageline. Now, they can't special summon anything but wins. So when they go Mageline effect, I'm going to chain Harpy's Featherstorm, which effectively, they can't activate any more monster effects, which is insanely good, okay? And at this point, before our opponent goes into the battle phase, we're going to go Floowandereeze and Dreaming Town, summon Robina, chain block it with the Eaglin. We're going to add ourselves a, I believe, a Stree or a Token. It depends. It depends what you want for follow-up here, okay? But I do think I do end up adding a Stree. Perfect. We're going to normal summon the Eaglin, and we're going to go Eaglin effect, grab ourselves a Ryza, and then we're going to immediately normal summon the Ryza, and we're going to put back the Mageline, the Dreaming Town, and chain block it with Robina, okay? Now, at this point, my opponent literally cannot do anything. We would have won in the mirror match too because of crossout designator, and they scoop. All right, let's quickly go over the card by card because we have a lot to get through in this video. First, we are playing triple Floowandereeze and Robina. This card allows you to add a level 4 or lower winged beast monster from your hand and then immediately normal summon. Now, all the Floowandereeze monsters have this effect if it says, if this face-up card will leave the field, banish it instead, which, and then in the banish pile, you can add them to your hand, which is great for chain blocking. Next, we're playing triple Floowandereeze and Eaglin. This will add you a level 7 or higher winged beast monster. We're playing the 1 Stree. Upon normal summon, you can banish a card in either graveyard. It's very powerful. Next, we're playing the 1 Floowandereeze and the Token. Basically, if you lose your M-Pen and it does get banished, you can add it back to your hand with Token and then summon the M-Pen back. It's actually insane, okay? Next, we're playing triple Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring because, again, in the mirror match, it's really good to Ash the Robina and the Eaglin, and in every other matchup, it's insanely good, okay? Next, we're playing the 1 Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. In the mirror match, this card is booty, but still bigger. It's still bigger than most of, like, the smaller Floowandereeze monsters, so you can beat into it with it. But, again, neither player can special summon except wind monsters. Next, we're playing the best card in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Dimension Shifter. Any card, okay? Any card that goes to graveyard is banished instead. And Floowandereeze is the deck that can play under Shifter, no problem. In the mirror match, not so great, but realistically speaking, not everyone is going to be on this deck. Most importantly, they're going to be on the Brave Engine deck, so this card is still insanely powerful. Next, we're playing the 1 Mist Valley Apex Avion. Now, because this card, okay, returns to your hand to negate, you can keep summoning it, and that's why we only play 1. It doesn't come off as often as you would think, but the card that does come up a lot is the Ryza, the Mega Monarch, and we are playing 2 because you can always get your M-Pen back, but you can't get your Ryza back. So what Ryza does is really good because most of the time off of Dreaming Town, by the end of all the change, you're summoning Ryza and using its effect to, bounce their normal summon so they can't beat into your barrier statue. Now, we're playing the 1 Floowandereeze and M-Pen. This will grab you the Dreaming Town, as well as gives you a battle phase effect, which you can banish a card from your hand, and that's any card, to cut your opponent's attack and defense by half. And on top of that, if you are versing like a Link deck, they can't even attempt to activate their effects, because if there's a special summon monster in attack position, they can't activate their effects. It's actually kind of broken. Next, we're playing the 1 Terraforming to grab us a copy of Map, effectively giving us 4 copies. Next, we're playing double Pot of Duality and triple Pot of Prosperity. Now, these 2 pot cards do not conflict with each other. and I feel like it's better than playing Extravagance, because if you play Extravagance, you can't Prosperity. So I think being able to go Pot of Duality and then Prosperity is insanely good. Next, we're playing Floowandereeze and the Magnificent Map. Now, this card reads, during your main phase, you can reveal a Floowandereeze monster in your hand and banish a Floowandereeze with a different name, and then immediately normal summon the revealed monster, which means that even if they ash this or anything else, you haven't actually eaten up your normal summon, which is insanely important. Next, if your opponent normal summons a monster, immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon one Floowandereeze monster. Now, why is this good? Because usually what's going to end up happening is that you are going to not end up using Dreaming Town if you do use Magnificent Map. So in the mirror match, it might be better to search the other spell card in the deck with M-Pen instead of Dreaming Town, okay? Because this and Dreaming Town basically upon normal summon do the same thing, right? Next, we are playing Floowandereeze and the Unexplored Winds. Now, this card is really important in the mirror match and is basically who can get to it first, right? You can conduct tribute summons that require 2 tributes by sending one monster you control and one card your opponent controls to the graveyard instead of tributing. So if this card is live, and let's say you just happen to have Map or Dreaming Town, this card becomes insanely clutch. And on top of that, if you're on the grind game with any deck, right, by the time it's like turn 3, 4, and 5, you end up having a lot of Floowandereeze monsters in your hand. This card will be able to use those Floowandereeze monsters in your hand as a pot of greed, because you can put them to the bottom of the deck and draw 2 cards, okay? Literally 2 cards. Next, we're playing triple Book of Moon. Now, Book of Moon is really important in this deck because if you get Impermed or Veiler, so any hand trap that targets to negate or destroy or whatever, you can Book of Moon your own monster and it will dodge that hand trap. Now, we are playing Crossout Designator because the one thing that we do lose to is Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, but Book of Moon will be able to help you out Infinite Impermanence or affect Veiler, okay? Next, we're playing the double Call by the Grave because, again, we want to not get ashed as much as possible. We're playing triple Crossout for the Ash, but in the mirror match, Crossout is insanely powerful because if they go Robina and you have no hand traps and they have Call by the Grave, you can just Crossout Designator their Robina, and it's not like they're going to Call by the Grave your Crossout Designator, you know what I'm saying? Next, we're playing triple Harpy's Feather Storm. This card is insanely powerful because it says if you control a Winged Beast monster until the end of this turn, negate any monster effects your opponent activates. Insanely powerful. Now, in a best of 1, you can argue you maybe don't want to play because you might break, but at the end of the day, if you just normal summon a Winged Beast monster and you have nothing else but this, then you're still probably chilling. And you can argue, well, if you didn't play 3 of those, you could have opened other cards, but unfortunately, this deck breaks like a mother effer. Next, we are playing one Floowandereeze and the Dreaming Town. This card is insanely good because it says, during the main phase, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 level 4 or lower Winged Beast monster. Now, that basically starts your entire turn 1 chain all over again, but instead of grabbing M-Pen, now you can summon Ryza and use Ryza to bounce cards out of their graveyard, their field, and itself back to your hand. It's actually insane. Now, onto the extra deck. The extra deck is basically utility cards, and it's really not that important. The only ones that are generally necessary in the deck are going to be Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, because if your opponent does have a boss monster that you cannot out, so let's say an Adagnister card, Adagnister at Arrival, you can summon this card because your deck is really good at swarming the field, and then use the Adagnister to be able to link summon into this, because even though Adagnister at Arrival is immune to card effects, it's not immune to game mechanics. So that card is insanely good. Next, we're playing one Relinquished Anima. If your opponent is not respecting zones, Relinquished Anima is really important in this deck because you can take a monster that your opponent has, okay? Next, the Literalist Assemble Nightingale. Basically, you just turn 2 level 1s into this, swing, and then you're going to make Downward Magician and then go into a Zeus. None of the other cards in the extra deck are important at all. You can use whatever you want, generally speaking, and that's why you can use Pot of Extravagance with this deck as well. All right, so that's it for this deck profile. Let's move over to Adventurer Virtual Worlds, okay? All right, we're going to go over the Adventurer Virtual World combo. Now, this one is kind of complicated, so let's stay with me here. First, we're going to go Foolish Burial, dumping the Water Enchantress. Then we're going to go Enchantress Effect to grab us our Rite of Armaseer, okay? We're going to activate Rite of Armaseer, giving ourselves a token, and then activating Faithful Adventurer from the deck. Okay, next, we're going to go Qualoon. We're going to set Chuche, or rather activate Chuche. And then we're going to go Lulu, target Chuche, sending Kinglong. And we're going to add ourselves a Lao. Now, we can go Faithful Adventurer effect, adding Draco back. And then we can go Faithful Adventurer, grabbing us Wandering Griffin Rider, discard the Draco back, go Draco back effect, equip to the token, summon the Griffin Rider. This way we don't have to discard a card in our hand. And then we're going to go GG target Chuche, send the Nian Nian. We're going to go into Stardust Charge Warrior, draw a card, which is Maxi. That's insane. Then we're going to go Lao Lao target Chuche, send another copy of the King Long, summon the GG, and then Nian Nian will trigger in the graveyard. And then we're going to go into a Shen Shen and then use the other two to make a Ravenous Croc. That went really fast. And then we're going to go make a VFD, okay? So basically, underneath the VFD, we have Shen Shen, which we made, and then the Ravenous Croc that we made as well, making ourselves a VFD. Then we're going to go discard the Maxi for the King Long effect, because we added the Lily, and now we're going to go VFDF, detaching the Shen Shen. This is important for follow-up. And then we're going to end the turn, and off of GG effect, because we use GG, we're going to add Lulu back to our hand, giving us a lot of freaking cards. Next, on our opponent's turn, we're going to go in the standby phase or draw phase or wherever. We're going to go VFD effect, call whatever we want, and then our opponent's going to normal summon. I'm going to Chuche pop the normal summon. He's going to pass, and then you basically just go Shen Shen from the graveyard, and is GG. There's literally nothing that your opponent can do with this combo. Let's go over the card-by-card deck profile. All right, so we do have a 44-card list, but that is because you're jamming an entire engine into this deck. All right, so we're playing triple Maxi, which is still really important, really bad against Floowandereeze because it's never resolving anyways, but that's okay because Floowandereeze isn't the only deck in the game. Next, we're playing triple Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. We're playing 2 Nian Nians, 3 Lulu, 3 GG, which is like the normal ratios, with 3 Lily and 2 Lao Laos to round out our Virtual World package. Now, we're playing the double Water Enchantress. We're playing the 1 Griffin Rider, the double Rite of Armaseer, and the 1 Draco back for a 7-card adventure package. And that's for any adventure deck. That is exactly what you need. It's a 7-card package that you need to fit into any deck. All right, next, we're playing the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster because, again, back row decks are going to be much more prominent now because of all these new cards. We're playing the 1 Foolish Burial to be able to Foolish our Enchantress, giving us technically 3 copies of it. Next, we're playing Triple Pod Desires. Now, quick tip on Desires, make sure it's the last thing that you use because, you know, you are playing a lot of 1-ofs in this deck, and a lot of your cards are dead if some of the pieces are missing. Next, we're playing double Foolish Burial Goods, and that's just to be able to play technically 5 copies of King Long, which is a combo starter. We're playing triple Qualoon, which is probably one of the best cards in the deck. We're playing the 1 Faithful Adventurer, again, 7-card engine, double E-Telly, double Chuche, and the 1 Zhuan Wu. Next, we're playing in the extra deck 1 Stardust Charge Warrior, 1 Coral Dragon, 1 Jui Jui. We're playing the 1 Psyframe Gear Omega. We're playing 1 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon for our Zolkin combo, the 1 Cloud Castle, the 1 Vermilion Dragon mech, because not only is it a level 9, it does also help break apart boards. We have Ravenous Croc, which will also draw us a card in that combo that you saw. We're playing the 1 Shen Shen, the Zolkin for the Crystal Wing. We're playing the 1 Bamboozling Gossip Shadow. Now, you rarely go into this. You only really go into it if you've really bricked, but then again, you really don't. We're playing the 1 Utopia Beyond to be able to go into our 1 Gaia Thunder Dragon Charger for our 4 Material Zeus, because this can't play Downward, and we are playing the 1 True King of All Calamities, and that's it for the Adventurer Virtual World deck. Let's move over to the Prank Kids one, and this one I really won't have a combo video on it because it's a very simple combo. All right, so the final deck profile for the day is Prank Adventurer. Okay, now our Prank Kids package is 3 Fansies, 3 Lampsies, 3 Dropsies, and double Roxy's. That does not change. Now for our hand traps, we are playing triple Maxi and triple Ash Blossom. Again, Maxi is really bad against Flu. I'm going to keep saying that, but it's still good against everything else. For our Brave Engine, we're playing the double Enchantress, the double Right, the 1 Draco back, the 1 Wandering Griffin, and the 1 Faithful. That is a 7-card engine for any deck. Keep that in mind. Next, we are playing the 1 Foolish Burial for our Water Enchantress. We're playing Terraforming for another copy of Prank Kids Place. We're playing Instant Fusion to get us into our extra deck. We're playing the 1 Thunder Dragon Fusion because we are playing Verte Anaconda. We are playing triple Lightning Storm. Realistically, you could replace this for another 3 hand traps, but I think Lightning Storm and a best of 1 really deserves its place in the main deck. Next, we're playing the 1 Prank Kids Place, the double Call by the Grave, as well as the 3 Prank Kids Pandemonium in our extra deck. We're playing the 1 Prank Kids Rocket Ride, the 1 Weather Watcher, double Battle Butler. This is really important. And you're asking yourself, Susu, why do you not own these cards? I dismantled the whole deck, but we're getting the Brave Engine. So we're playing the 1 Totally Awesome because you can make it with double Dropsies. We're playing Link Spider, really important. We're playing triple Meow Meow Moo and double Doodle Doo. Now you can swap those ratios around, but I think Meow Meow Moo is just very important. But you can really realistically go with 2 and play triple Doodle Doo because you end up going into Doodle Doo more often. We're playing the 1 Prank Kids Bow Wow Bark, the 1 Verte 4-hour Thunder Dragon Fusion, the 1 Unicorn, and the 1 Access Code Talker to round out our Prank Adventurer deck. Alright guys, that's it for me today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, hit that notification bell down below, and comment down below if you agree or disagree with any of my card choices. Okay, now, this update is insanely big, right? We're getting cards that will make decks that were tier 2 into tier 1 and probably going to be knocking down all the tier 1 decks out of their top spot, right? We also have an emergency ban list for the Brave engine because Konami, they already know this engine is like freaking insane, all right? So throughout the weeks, I'm going to be updating you with new deck profiles and new combo videos. So I want you guys to be, definitely subscribed for those. And if you do need more help with the decks, join our Discord. I'll have all the links down in the description box down below. And if you need help with the combos in real time and you want to talk to me in real time, head over to twitch.tv/head-to-head-battles. We stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and there is going to be a lot of content from Twitch, so make sure you are followed over there as well. All right, guys. So I don't want to take up any more of your time. This is Susu from Head-to-Head Battles, signing out.
What's up, guys? If you haven't subscribed, make sure to click that button right there in the middle.
Also, if you haven't watched that video that YouTube is recommending you, it's probably crazy, all right? Go watch it. This is Susu from Head-to-Head Battles,
Head-to-Head Battles,
signing out.